this wasn't the venue YouTuber Yusuf Erakat, known as Fousey, had in mind. He organized and promoted through social media what he called the Hate Dies, Love Arrives concert at the Greek Theater. But when someone called in a bomb threat, 1,500 concert goers had to evacuate.
The internet really is a wonderful place. I mean, I say this every time I sort of start up one of these videos. I think, you know, I literally get up in the morning, do my usual checks, all that sort of stuff, jump on YouTube, and you just never know exactly what it is you're going to come across. Now, normally I don't really bother with other YouTubers so much, but there was a story, there's a couple of stories came up this week, but it's going to be two separate videos. More content! Yes! But I seen something happening this week that was absolutely hilarious, and for a change what I decided to do was actually do a bit of digging, read the full story, and I'm so glad I did, because it's one of those ones where if I hadn't, I would have missed a lot of context, and you know, watching or having seen the first part of it, the conclusions that I would have came to would have been justified. So at the same time, I'm glad that I read into the whole thing. But at the same time, I'm sort of disappointed I lost 2 or 3 hours of my life doing it. But this week, or no, was it this week? What date is this? This is the 20th, so it would have been 5 days ago. A YouTuber you probably know, FouseyTube, thought it would be a good idea to start off a concert, or to do a concert, an outdoor concert with his fans. And I mean, make no mistake about it, the message that the guy's trying to send is absolutely fine. I think he called it Hate Dies, Love Arrives. The message itself is good. It's something I'd be quite happy to get behind. And when I first started looking at this, I thought, right, okay, now there's going to be no memes here. There's going to be no no jokes or anything like that. It's a solid message. But like I say, it's when I did a bit of digging and watched a few different things, it's clear to see that FouseyTube is delusional, to say the very least. I mean, in my 30 years on this planet, I've had the mispleasure of coming into contact with liars and people that are good at making up stories and having you believe them. And it's got to the stage now, it's just like, where Spider-Man is lucky enough to have spider senses, RabsPapa has got bullshit senses, and it comes across, I get that quite strongly when I listen to FouseyTube. The guy's full of shit. Anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what happened, FouseyTube decided that he would start an outdoor concert, and he would book talent, and he would book everything, and he would give himself a week to do all of this. Just 1 week to book a concert and have it succeed. That in itself is a task, and he got everything together. So props for the guy. But it's when I read the word Drake, I thought, bullshit, bullshit senses are tingling. So this guy had a video, and I think it was called "If This Video Drake to Appear at 2 million views" or something like that. And the ironic thing is, and I laughed for a good 5 or 10 minutes at this, but the video reached something like 1.9 million views before it was copyright stricken. So there's no way the video can reach 2 million views. It's tremendous. Anyway, this guy had he's telling everyone, or he's telling everyone. Well, yeah, if you're putting in the thumbnail and all that sort of stuff, you're telling everyone that Drake's going to appear at this live event.
It's going to be like the Royal Rumble of a concert, because you don't know who's coming out. That's the fun part.
Now, let's not forget that Drake is a worldwide artist, he's got albums to write, he's got live performances to do, he's got interviews to do, he's got press to speak to, he's got a life to live. Now, if you think you can book Drake 1 week in advance, where is your mind? And, you know, besides the fact, I mean, I don't know if it's true, I just read something that Drake was in New York at the time. I don't know if it's true, but, you know, if it is true, then, you know, you must have seen that this line wasn't going to work with fans. Anyway, so he had booked all these, he'd booked rappers to come on. You know, nobody's really, in essence, they're nobodies.
Hey, no, I'm with the say it, no, about to hit, cause I'm too legit to quit, yeah!
And then, on his way to the event, someone had called in a bomb threat, so the whole thing got scrapped. Now, to make sure people got their money's worth at this free gig, he decided to take it upon himself and stand on stage, stand on top of a car in a car park, like some sort of messiah, and speak to the people.
Success, I become a good person. Well, why are you gonna profit on me being a good person? Why can't I make a documentary on this?
You know, who were silly enough to hang around and wait. I mean, in particular, I think there was actually a girl that travelled to LA all the way from Chicago because Drake was going to appear.
Actually from Chicago, I flew out here and expected to meet Drake, and it completely just went over the board, so it's kind of disappointing.
More fool you, hen. More fool you. But then, in the, you know, while he's on the car speaking to these people, I think Keemstar is there. Keemstar is, you know, he's supporting this thing, and I think he's making a documentary. Somebody was making a documentary, and while FouseyTube is standing on a car speaking to people, he's having a pop at Keemstar.
Wait, that's not Simi though. We love you too.
This is a guy, I mean, to be fair, right, I'm not the biggest fan of Keemstar, don't really like him. But this guy, you know, he's running one of the most successful news channels on YouTube, and, you know, at a week's notice, he stopped and came on stage, said a few words at your concert, and now you're going to have a pop-up. So the whole thing was a flop. It was a complete flop. Then the following day, I think it was the 16th, the video was posted on the 17th, so I think it was the 16th. He appeared on a podcast. He appeared on, I think is it called No Jumper? No Jumper, the No Jumper podcast, or the YouTuber's called No Jumper. And he apologised to Keemstar for having a pop at him, so, you know, fair play for that. But, you know, for 20 whole minutes, this guy tells the story of how he met Drake. Now, this guy, in 20 minutes, he must literally drop the name of anybody that is remotely to do with Drake. He even drops names of people who are involved with Justin Bieber. I mean, personally, I don't know if any of this shit's true, but for 20 minutes, this guy just drops names, you know, people that he meets at the club that Drake was in. This guy, you know, this is just a YouTuber that's hanging about in a club or outside a club. Someone from Drake's security team gets him in through the back. He's then standing in the club, tweeting and all that sort of shit. Drake's dad walks past, and I think he said something like, I don't know, he says something to him, check your messages or something like that. He then speaks to Drake's right-hand man, and he's telling these people about his message, and these are these people that are charged with Drake's health and safety, and he's telling Keemstar, you know, these people are saying, I got you. No, they fucking don't. And then this whole thing builds up. And he tells us that Drake gets closer and closer and closer, and he gets to this distance away from him. And then Keemstar, you know, the 20-minute story was worth it for Keemstar's reply.
So you didn't meet Drake, he just looked at you.
So now that the whole thing is over, taken this, you know, this. I mean, FouseyTube will tell you that it's not a flop, but it's a flop all day long. You look at the crowd, you know, look at the crowd numbers. They were shit, and now he plans on doing a second one, which is fair enough. He didn't get a fair crack at the first one because someone called in a bomb threat. But if you think for a single solitary second that trolls aren't going to have a pop at this second show, then you're out of your damn mind. You're out of your fucking mind, man. And then to feed his delusion even more, this guy tweets out LeBron James and then even does a music video. And I don't know what he calls it. He calls it, you know, it's like a message to LeBron James trying to get him involved. And all he does is sing a diss track about rice gum in front of a big painting of LeBron James. Bro, you're a few sandwiches short of a picnic. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Leave your comments down below. Are you a FouseyTube fan? Am I missing something? Personally, I don't think I am, or I really shouldn't after doing 3 hours worth of research into this. But hey ho, it is what it is. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. You've been fantastic for doing so. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video. The next video that will be coming is regarding the whole KSI and Deji versus the Pauls, and just how ridiculous this thing is getting. So look forward to that. We've also got another episode of Scottish Terms and Phrases coming, and yeah, my creative juices are flowing, so we're going to see what we can do. We've also I'm also in early talks with some unsigned rap artists. And we're going to be doing some, it's going to be a sort of, it's early talks, but the idea is for a documentary on the rise of Scottish hip hop. So yeah, it's a long ways away, but you know, it's something else that's going to be coming to the channel. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting that done. But yeah, let's get this outro done. My name's been RabsPapa. You've been tremendous for watching. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you at the next one. I'm out. Peace.